People against Ebony Allen Hunter Smith. Trial number 2.
Before we even hear the first word in this courtroom, tension is already baked into this case. A defendant facing serious DUI-related charges, a frustrated defense attorney ready to walk away, and a judge who clearly has no patience left for delays or accusations. What starts as a routine court appearance quickly spirals into a confrontation over trust, responsibility, and accountability. The question is, did the system fail her, or is she refusing to accept the consequences? Watch closely, because this case takes a sharp turn fast.
And I would like to be taken off of this case. She could see how she got it.
Why would he do wrong? Ma'am.
I just felt like I wasn't properly defended in this case whatsoever.
Oh, really?
No one told me about that police report until I heard you say it. I wasn't allowed to defend myself or to say whether it was true or not before they told me to plead guilty. I felt like I was banned. So has that police statement?
Okay, let's.
True.
Okay. Let me just back it up.
This is a critical courtroom moment. When a defendant claims ineffective representation, the court has to slow things down and evaluate whether there's a genuine breakdown of the attorney-client relationship, or just frustration boiling over. But notice what the judge does here. He immediately separates emotions from facts. Allegations that an officer lied don't automatically undo a case, especially when chemical test results show intoxication well over the legal limit. This isn't about silencing the defendant. It's about keeping the case grounded in evidence. So here's the real question. Are these concerns about fairness, or is this buyer's remorse after realizing how serious the consequences really are?
These guys do a good job here for people. You know that? They do. They do a good job, and we don't deserve to be abused. If you want to go hire your own lawyer, you feel free. But I'm not going to keep delaying this case. And I can't imagine when a lawyer's telling me that somebody left a voicemail for him. I would say you're probably directing your anger at the wrong person here.
Well, I feel that if I was told the whole thing about the police report and I was able to plead my case then, I still feel like I was represented. And then when I tried to call another one, but everybody's on vacation.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, you were intoxicated according to the breathalyzer. You had, or a blood draw, you had two and a half times the legal limit. Is it maybe, hang on. Is it maybe possible that you don't remember everything that occurred?
Absolutely not. And I was ready to plead guilty and take whatever consequences that you were going to say. It just wouldn't come with a whole lot. I was never in any streets going anywhere. I came straight from the freeway to that green gas station right across the street from the police station. It was never any.
If this officer is lying, I'm calling the chief of police and I'm going to make sure that there's disciplinary action set forth in the police report.
Yeah.
If he is making all of this up, he would have to be crazy to make up everything that he's written in this police report, unless he just doesn't want to be a police officer and wants to get charged with filing a false police report.
That didn't happen. And if it did happen, I'd be like, okay, I'll take whatever. But it didn't, and I'm not gonna.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I'm trying to think. we still have to move on with the case. So I'll discharge you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Because I can tell that you're upset. I can tell. And I'll discharge you, but you don't get to abuse lawyers, man.
I wasn't trying to abuse them. I apologize.
Well, he said something about a voicemail, and I can tell it wasn't, hey, how's your day going?
No, I told him exactly what I said here. I don't feel that I was represented properly.
Was that what she told you?
That's a kind interpretation of the voice.
I didn't call you out your name. I didn't curse. I just said I didn't feel like I was represented properly.
You also seem to mention that you didn't understand or believe that myself or prior counsel should have a degree, or how we got any kind of degree.
Well, the way that if you don't tell somebody their complete case, that's not defending. If you're not telling the whole story.
I don't mean to be disrespectful. You got an 11th grade education. You're telling this guy that went to college and law school to pass the bar exam, that's been practicing law, that he's not smart enough to represent you? Give me a break.
I didn't say
Enough. I've heard enough.
By the end of this hearing, the court makes one thing crystal clear: emotions don't override procedure. The judge allows the attorney to withdraw, not as a victory for the defendant, but to preserve fairness and move the case forward without further disruption. At the same time, the court draws a firm line: no more delays, no more adjournments, and no rewriting history when the evidence is already on record. This case highlights a hard truth in criminal court. Accountability doesn't disappear just because someone feels unheard. Back-end index pointing right if you found this case as intense as we did. Hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
So she just fired her lawyer, or he withdrew. She didn't want to represent her.
So she's asking for a 2-week deferment to protect.
She's asked me that before, and I'm gonna do it, man, but this is it, okay? Last adjournment, adjourn 2 weeks. Lisa, what day we gonna?
Do you want it on a prosecutor day?
There was no accident. I don't really need it on a prosecutor day, to tell you the truth.
Okay, December 8th at 8:30.
Okay, December the 8th at 8:30. So I just want you to know I've adjourned this from October 29th to November 12th, to November 24th, December 8th. No more adjournments, okay?
Okay.
All right, have a nice Thanksgiving. We'll see you here on December the 8th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.